Today is all about one of Wall Street's oldest sayings, sell in May and go away. You've probably heard it before, a supposed golden rule that says you should sell your investments in May and only come back in October. But does that actually work in crypto? The thing is, the big banks, big institutions want you to sell your Bitcoin and crypto so they can get their hands on it. I'm going to try my best to convince you to hold on for the time being. And I'll finish with the important stuff. How to take profits and then what to do with them profits. The history of sell in May. So where did this saying even come from? Sell in May and go away is a phrase that originated on Wall Street, rooted in decades of stock market data. The idea is simple. Historically, stocks tend to underperform from May to October. Some even call it the summer slump. And there's some data to back this up. In the stock market, that is. The S&P 500 averages about 1.1% gains during that period, compared to a much stronger 7.1% from October to April. But here's the thing, those numbers are skewed. Survivors hit bias, cherry-picked cycles, and a market that has fundamentally changed over the years all mess with the data. But wait, we're not here to talk about stocks. We're here to talk about crypto. And that's where things start to get interesting. Why crypto is different. Here's the big question. Does this sell in May myth apply to crypto? Absolutely not. In fact, it's almost the opposite. Crypto is only about 15 years old and its market dynamics are nothing like traditional stocks. For example, do you remember DeFi summer in 2020 and 2021? Those explosions happened right smack bang in the middle of May and carried on through the summer. If you had sold, you'd be watching from the sidelines while portfolios skyrocketed. That's because the crypto market is 24/7, 365 days a year. It doesn't sleep and it definitely doesn't follow Wall Street's outdated calendar. Before we carry on, I just want to say, as always, this isn't financial advice. I'm just trying to help with my 8 years of crypto experience. The cost of missing out. A common saying that is very true is that timing the market beats timing the market. Every single time. Did you know that 75% of the S&P 500 returns over the last few decades came from just a handful of days? Miss those days and you lose out big time. And guess what? Bitcoin is even more extreme. Its top 10 profitable days are often tied to huge events like halvings, ETF approvals, or major macro news. If you're hopping in and out of the market, you're almost guaranteed to miss those crucial moments. That's not investing, that's gambling. The real strategy, hold and DCA. So what's the real strategy? It's simple, hodl and dollar cost average, DCA. If you started with one Bitcoin back in 2015 and followed the sell in May myth, every year you'd have just 0.39 BTC by 2024. That's 60% of your stack gone. But if you DCA'd just $100 a month and never sold, you'd be sitting on over 9 Bitcoin by October 2024. That's an 874% gain. I'm not talking about chasing moonshots. I'm talking about consistent, disciplined investing. How to take profits? Well, there are several ways. The main thing for me is that you give it serious thought and decide on a strategy suitable for you. I'm going to wait until most of my cryptos get a 5x. Then I'll take 20% out so I'm playing with the house's money, so zero risk. Then I'll DCA out or ladder out as it's also known. I'll do that using data that I'm monitoring daily, like the Global M2, the ISM Manufacturing Index, Bitcoin dominance, etc., etc. Now, if you want to know how I'm using data to help me exit the market, you can book a one-to-one call. See below for more details. We were all expecting alt season to start in Q1, but it didn't happen because of Trump's tariffs and other factors. I just think it's delayed and will really start in Q2. This is just my opinion, by the way. When that Bitcoin dominance starts heading towards 50%, this is a good time to start taking profits. So let's imagine you manage to make decent profits like a 2 or 3x or even 5x. What do you do with your profits? Well, if you see below, you'll find a recent video giving you some examples. Personally, I'll be putting profits into property to help me get that financial freedom I'm pushing hard for. Summary. Look, I get it. Wall Street loves its sins, but crypto is a different beast. Trying to time the market based on old stock market proverbs is a surefire way to miss out on massive gains. So next time you hear sell in May and go away, just remember you're playing a different game and the rules are changing all the time. Let me know what you think. Should we be selling in May or are you holding on over the summer? Now, if you found this video helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, all the good stuff, and comment below. Let's get a conversation started.